Welcome back to the graveyard. I'm joined by Lethal, and we're gonna have Xron versus RMV. Lethal, how are you? You were just on the other side. You look familiar. I think I've seen you before.
Yeah, I saw you about, what, 12 hours ago? Something like that. So, yeah, it was literally like 30
Give or
seconds in
take.
the other room as well,
Yeah.
rushing down here. But, yeah, I'm all good, ready to see what RMV can do against Xron. And, it should be a pretty damn good show. RMV, a lot of people kind of underestimated how he's going to perform here, but it looked good from what I saw yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking with Ketchup earlier because we had another knockout game previous to this one. No matter what happens, I feel like everyone should be satisfied that they made it to the big show, right? Because it's
Yeah.
not easy to qualify and get here. Of course, you want to go as far as you can, but regardless of that, they will always have that to hang their hat on. But yes, this should be a good one. Xron looking to take over and start moving his way through the lower bracket, and RMV looking to make a statement. And if he could do it in the lower bracket, then more power to him. But yeah, this one should be good. We got Insomnia, Blood Covenant, and Awoken. It's going to be Strog, Visor, Doom for Xron, and then Athena/Ranger. So starting off with Strog versus Athena on Insomnia, I feel like Athena is a very prominent pick, especially on land. We've seen every player use her different ways, but for the most part, it's just that speed and verticality that really shines through.
I'm ashamed of you. You always used to say, why didn't they pick the kill picking on Insomnia? What's going on with that?
I hate it. I haven't seen Keel at all today. Did I miss it on the A stream? Has anyone picked Keel?
We've seen one kill. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure I've seen one. I think Dramus actually played with a kill, if I remember.
Oh, bless him. Bless him. Anyways, bless us. We are blessed with this Insomnia game live on map number 1, Xron versus RMV. Again, tournament life on the line all day on this stream. Might as well be the Grim Reaper here, as that rocket almost connects. Xron doing a little dance to avoid some more rail damage there.
Well, you said it before. Someone's got to send us to the graveyard, and it looks like you're going to be man to do it throughout the entirety of this
I'm just
weekend.
waiting to take souls, Lethal.
Lovely. Well, 30 seconds in. RMV is biding his time at the moment. Items are in sync, so hopefully we'll have to worry much about which one he's going to select. He's going to pick up the Mega first. And now just biding his time. He knows what his opponent is, just hiding just to see if he can catch him off guard. Still got eyes on him. Oh, lovely tracking in with that LG. He's going to try and flank around to see if he can catch him off guard. Just a tiny bit too late, but that was the whole point of what Xron was doing there. Just making sure he can rotate around the buff and see if he can catch RMV. But that was a good rocket. Xron now is only on 39 HP. RMV just standing his ground, hoping for an opportunity to either get a rail or just back away, which he has done.
I love that play from both players, as they were just super patient. And they're like, can we just trade items? And they kind of just mutual respect and agreement of, all right, we're both kind of hurt, and Xron more so than RMV, but he's like, I'm going to go. You grab the Mega, I'll grab the Heavy, and we'll meet back in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds exactly like what they pretty much did not too long ago, as Xron now just holding that top mid position. RMV also just biding his time. Remember, this is their final lifeline here, so both players being really cautious about the moves they're going to make and how they're going to try and execute some of these frags to seal. Minute 50 in, and both players very similar stack at this stage. No one another's going to help too much, but I've kind of feel like Xron with the Piku as well, it's going to do himself justice with the info he can get from him, even if he doesn't do that much damage.
And I've just got confirmation from the lovely people in chat that Keel was picked by Dramus, and he won. So my theory is undefeated. Keel is the best champion in the game. Now RMB almost going down there, taking a lot of damage. Xron taking return damage. Stack is a little bit better here, but with that Mega pickup, with this Heavy, they're about even, all things considered, again. So the dance continues, Lethal.
Yeah, they've been doing the tango for the last 2.5 minutes, going ring around the rosy, but I love how both these players are trying to sneak up behind each other, but they're just doing the exact same thing, but just on other corners of the map. It is hilarious, but we understand why. They're trying to catch each other from an aggressive standpoint and a passive standpoint, but it's just not happening here. It does a little bit of damage with a rocket, not enough to chase after. Xron now still trying to get a bit of tri-rock damage, manages to get the Heavy. Mega is still up, and this is the issue, isn't it? It's the fact that both items are still in sync. Neither player can really take full control as of yet, and it's going to continue to be like that until someone gets his first damn frag here for you.
Yeah, very cautious. Xron just really wants rockets. Very slow play to make sure that he can get him safely, and he does. As, again, it might be a nice mixture of respect and nerves, and knowing that, again, this is the last dance right here. lot of LG into the peeker play. Love that, but RMV able to capitalize. Relatively good stack, so he doesn't really need to worry about the rush off the spawn. Potential for full map control, but it looks like Xron will get the Mega. So at the very least, RMV's up. He's got timing on both items, and this could be what starts separating RMV from Xron if he can just lay it on thick from here on out, Lethal. We'll see.
You could see that jump from hindsight. You were thinking if RMV's got an LG out, he's toast. Literally burnt as anything. As RMV now down to 65 HP, but isn't available anymore. He's just going to keep himself busy, keep himself proactive, just back away, hold top mid, get ready for this Mega. Oh, lovely direct. This is the second rail, but if he hits a couple of these, he's going to try, but which is understandable. He is railable, but so is he, so he needs to try and back away again. Looking to try and heal up just a tad. Heavy's up in 12 seconds. We're going to catch him. Does a little bit of 63 with that tribal. That is huge. Woo. And finishing with the shotty.
So there's no bias on the desk here for RMV, right, Lethal? You would never, as a fellow countryman.
That is true. I'm doing my best, mate. I'm doing my best to
I had to call you out in front of all these people, literally thousands of people on the B stream to watch someone's career be ended here. As we are, ooh, okay, I like that. We're getting close to the 5-minute mark. Big rockets from around the corner. RMV, immaculate defense on that push there from Xron, as he just wants to get in and get something going. Ooh, the cutoff, he just barely gets the armor. Oh my god, that shotgun came up just, nothing? Nothing. Yeah. Oh my goodness. RMV's got to be livid after that as Xron puts up his first frag, still trailing by 1, but wow, that exchange was awkward at best.
Yeah, it certainly was. I don't know who I want to win here. They're both like so good at the level they're playing at this stage, and it's like my heart's going to break whoever's going to lose.
Oh!
But it looks like one is going to look really damn good now. It's catching up tied 2 apiece. There's been a lot of pressure onto RMV, but RMV's just, he's not bothered. He's just trying to drop down and try and catch him off guard, but he had to due to the heavy about to come up, and he didn't really want him to have full control at this stage.
He tried to hit him with the Batman, but dropped and didn't get enough damage. Xron taking the lead now. So RMV trying to defend this Mega. Nice little play to get past the rocket damage. I love the control of space RMV has. Being patient, waiting for the Mega, trying to do the damage first, and now he should be able to get this heavy. Might even get the frag here. The tribal just a little bit too early, but he's going to catch him out. How does that... Oh, beautiful rail. I was so concerned after that string of LG didn't connect, but RMV, cool, calm, and collected, gets his 3rd frag to tie us up.
Rail could be a momentum shift. I would love to have seen it from his point of view. That must have been pretty much a pixel going around that corner at that speed as well. Absolutely disgusting. We've still got 3.5 minutes left, still all tied up here. Both these players wanting to stay alive in this tournament and continue and progress into that loser bracket, as RMV just biding his time. Heavy's up in the next few seconds, managed to pick back up, does get the Mega. Will head towards the Mega soon enough, and the good thing is the items are segregated for him to continue to go back and forth, continue to make the rotation and gain full control, and just really put Xron on his knees if he can, and he certainly did with that last direct for you. This is just a massacre towards the end.
Oh no! Oh no! The play wasn't bad, but Xron was ready. He had the rockets in hand, and just the stack of RMV was not enough to withstand the onslaught. 2 double directs, and Xron ties it at 4, but I love the play. RMV wanted to just take control of the map with that. Aggressive, going for it. This is lower bracket, that's what you want to do, but it just did not work the way that he expected. So, fantastic play from Xron. We're back to tied at 4. And what a first map, Lethal.
Yeah, this has been a crazy, crazy first map. Very back and forth. I didn't expect that last frag. The rockets which Xron must have hit was just phenomenal, and now Xron just making sure that he can eat up some of these lives on the way towards that heavy, but RMV does manage to pick it up, but at what cost? Does tank that 1 rail, but the stack is still pretty decent. He can still contend in any bout and just spamming the plasma as much as possible, but the rockets are looking good for Xron here, and now manages to take that lead. Wow.
Wow, and a rail off the spawn as well. Stack's about even, all things considered. Mega should be going to Xron as he's already patiently awaiting, and RMV can't contest. Doesn't have a lot of weaponry, but he should be able to get this heavy at least, and he does so. Coming around the corner with LG, absolutely relentless, and plants it with the rail. Wow, I was going to say that was interesting push, but no fear from Xron on that one.
And no fear at all. He's looking super confident going into this, especially towards the last couple of minutes of this matchup. Xron now looking to see if he could do any more damage and to see if RMV is going to Ferrari peek around that corner, which he has done. Backs away once more, picks up the light just to get a little bit more healthier towards this next pickup. Heavy is up. Both players are ready and waiting, but he's available. He stops it just before he picks up the Heavy. Does such a big game-changing play, and this is where RMV can definitely come back in this matchup.
So clutch. He's going to drop down. He has him cornered. LG on LG. This is all... Oh my god! Rocket in the pocket. And again, Athena's so squishy. RMV back to trailing by 2. Somehow dodges that rocket damage. Has Xron stuck, but with a rail only can't really do much. And time is ticking now. It's all just gone horribly wrong, Lethal.
You kind of felt like that last LG bout, RMV was a little bit scared of Xron's LG and decided to try and attempt to pick up the light and the health bubble just to give him that little bit of an extra mile to help him out. But yeah, probably actually made it worse, if anything, because he did have the bigger stack in that engagement, I believe. But of course, RMV, that's going to be GG in this first map. A very close affair indeed, going 7-5, and yeah, can't complain about that one.
Real close. You could sense the frustration with RMV with that last frag, kind of knowing it just slipped out of his hands. But as you mentioned, kept it close. Should have some confidence going into map number 2, which is going to be Blood Covenant. It's going to be Visor for Xron and Slash for RMV. And, you know, last chance saloon, as Dan would say, for RMV. This is it. Backs against the wall. This is where you can make your mark and make your story told by fighting your way out of the lower bracket from literally last chance. This is it. So if you're an RMV fan, make some noise in the chat using capital letters. I don't know if you'll get moderated out, but, you know, Censored's a kind moderator at best. So we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
Sometimes
we'll
you just
see.
have to
Anyway,
ban
why not?
everybody. No, yeah, I mean, RMV back against the wall. This is kind of where fight or flight kicks in for sure, and you have to assume that you're kind of mentally prepared. But at this stage, I don't know how many lands RMV has played at. I think this is the debut on the big show, at least,
Yes.
from my knowledge. So a lot of pressure here. This is pretty much the most pressure that you can have on you going into a map.
Yeah, first land, what is he, 20 or something like that now? But I kind of feel like RMV creeps up. We knew he's been lurking over the last 18 months, but he really established himself as the player he is for the last 3 months. And it's quite hard because if you're not in the pro league, it's quite hard to really have that drive to continue to try and make an effort to try and push yourself into the Quake Pro League. And he's really trying his best. And I've kind of felt like the last 12 weeks, he's kind of established to that degree. He's hit that tier where, you know, he's almost as good, if not better than some of his challenger players to try and make it further into this bracket. And look at the matchup so far on Blood Covenant. I've seen the Visor versus Slash pick on Ruins. It's quite tough for the Visor, even with the piercing side. Of course, the speed and mobility is just an absolute pain in the backside. But Blood Covenant, you kind of get a little bit more room due to that verticality, as you know, some would say. So I kind of feel like RMV does have a chance here. I think he's in a prime position just to make sure to keep up with Xron in many ways, especially with the Slash. But just to be very careful with how he's going to position himself, the patterns he's going to take, and of course, just keep Visor away from those hourglasses because, yeah, it's going to be a bit of a pain in the backside for him in the long term.
Yeah, we'll see if speed is the name of the game here and if RMV can pull this back and take us to a map number 3 to extend his tournament life. Sorry, Nix is chomping away at my food here. She's nipping at my ankle. She's hungry. It's breakfast here, so she eats her food. But, yeah, and RMV needs this map win very, very badly. Again, if we do go to map number 3, it'll be Awoken, it'll be Doom for Xron and Ranger for RMV. I like that matchup in favor of RMV just because the orb is so versatile. But you still have to get through this map first. Blood Covenant Slash versus Visor. Most people would probably go with Slash just due to the mobility and the ability to control the entire map given the speed. But we'll see. I mean, Xron has played pretty much the best in the world. I mean, maybe not recently, but he's been in the QPL before. He knows how to play at a very, very high level, especially under pressure. Granted, the pressure's not so much on him, but you know, there is a certain level of pressure knowing you're up a map and you're about to eliminate someone, and then if you give up that map, then you kind of start being like, oh my god, I had the advantage, what happens now? But we'll see. We'll see. Every map is a clean slate for these players, Lethal. So good luck to both, mostly RMV, because he's going to have to try and extend this tournament life here. I want to see everyone succeed, Lethal.
Yeah, technically they have. Yeah, you're one of those people where it's like, I just want everyone to win. Like, you know,
I just want everyone to get along.
All 24 players, and we can just leave it at that, which is.
That's what I'm saying. Let's just all get a yacht and party. Anyways, here we go. The party starts on map number 2, and Xron with the beautiful bridge to rail. Take note. Put that in the tutorial. That is what you want to see. As he now has rail control, grabs the heavy, and just a strong start for Xron.
Certainly is. With RMV, his tournament life is on the line. He needs to get 2 back-to-back wins in order to secure a spot in the top 16. And will he be able to? So some added pressure here, but depends on the start he has. If he can ride that momentum and get a good start, especially with the mobility he can use from that defensive purposes, then he'll definitely be in the running here. But the ball in his court. With the slash, of course, you've got a wide variety of strategies you can use, especially with that mobility going forward. But RMV's still putting on the pressure. Picks up the Mega once again. He'll pick up another light, which he will do in due course. Of course, he does want to protest the heavy if he can, but it will come in time. In time.
Oh my god, what a rocket. Into a rail, the 2-piece. And RMV with a clutch rail to... Oh, no, please. Oh, no. I don't know how he's alive.
No.
That's insane.
Neither do I. I don't understand at all. He's actually waiting on the heavy. He's just down below. Will Xron be on him? He just charges straight on. He doesn't know the timing of it. And Xron just goes in and goes, thank you very much.
Yeah, wanted to steal it. Just didn't have the timing. Xron with the delay, but off the spawn he will grab the Mega. So items again, just respectively going to each player that got him initially. That LG could have been a float and a half. But yeah, that initial prediction rocket that Xron hit into the rail was just absolutely debilitating, and almost gets a huge rocket there using the piercing sight.
Of course, RMV had the timing of the heavy, which is a bit unfortunate. That was a good rocket combo to the rail from Xron. And for RMV, this is not looking too good. This is not the start he needed, but like I said, he's got the agility to bring this back as he sees fit. If he gets a rotation, the other does. We have the heavy. And it didn't really last too long there for it, as he's diving straight on down. Xron's trying to go after him, but this is the thing you see. Also, keeping those hourglasses, keep Xron away from those pieces sight, but this is just ridiculous. But Xron's just been playing, he's been playing well since the very start of his tournament, and continuing on, putting all that pressure with the heavy machine gun. My goodness.
Yeah, Xron is just playing this really well. And again, every single rocket, every single machine gun, the Mega pickup is going to be so clutch for RMV, sending Xron's body to the heavens after that frag. So RMV coming alive here. There's the snail trail. Xron with a great defensive rocket, knocking RMV back. And RMV really wanted to make that a little more lucrative. Here's the catch at LG, and somehow RMV survives, floating right above Xron. Just losing track of him, and RMV is able to convert, so he's right back into this one after a bit of a slow start.
I like this from RMV. It looked like, from the momentum coming out from Xron, it seems like he's just going to let things spiral out of control, but it looks like there's been a bit of a role reversal here. 3 minutes in, Xron, of course, does have that stack advantage, but with RMV picking up this heavy, this would be a huge play for him. It doesn't really take too much damage in the process with the congestion coming up from Xron, but since we rotated all the way around, realised that Xron has also done the exact same thing. He's going to be going back forward, just directly below him. Will he hit the first row? He does not, but with the segregation of the timing, he will get to the heavy in time once he's picked up this Mega straight away.
Just waiting for it. That rocket, almost gorgeous. Almost got a big prediction rocket of his own. Does have the Mega to pick up. Can he avoid damage? He can't, but he will return it, but it'll take so much. And now Xron knows that RMV is weak, and this should be an easy frag, but RMV somehow surviving. Can't even really pick up the light armor because it's too dangerous, and Xron just finds the light of sight that he needs to grab that rail frag. Up 2 again.
That literally must have hit on her heel or something like that. Barely round the corner. Xron now just... Now rolls a reversed once again. Picks up the Mega. Heavy's up in the next 12 seconds. Plenty of time to try and contest this. But Xron's just barely missing any rounds. Let's have a look at the moment. 52% for Xron, and for RMV, sadly, it is 22%. Wow. But still has a bit of time though. Remember, we've still got at least 5 minutes left on the clock. 8 items for Xron. 8 also for RMV. Navi just trying to get away if he can. He can't really afford to give away any more deaths, and now it's a full frag deficit for him. Oh my god! Those 2 rockets, boy!
That, he didn't use vision for that.
No,
he just popped the vision now. Xron is... I don't understand. 5 minutes
that?
in and Xron is just playing absolutely absurd. The slash is just being absolutely negated. The speed doesn't matter. The rockets are like speed bumps to the skates, pieces of gravel, if you will, just making it incredibly difficult for RMV to do anything.
I literally could not believe it. Those two rockets couldn't have been any more perfect if they tried, and sadly he had a choice of which route to take, and that was the wrong one. But let's see, that is extremely demoralising. So we'll see what happens. Hits him with the first rail, looking to try and contest for this heavy. Hits the second. Will he go for the third? He does. Make it a fourth. You might as well. Yeah, look at that one, just playing out of his mind again.
RMV is just like, stop hitting me, please. And it's just consecutive rails. What was that, 4 in a row from Xron? On a slash, no less?
What can you say? What can you say? What can you do at this point? It still has a bit of time left on the clock. But yeah, the way Xron's playing right now, it's not looking too good for RMV. Still at the 55% mark. He's going to try and kick him off. He does in the end. Even sink everything on a map like this. My goodness.
Knocked out of the park, as Xron is literally hitting home runs right now. 4 minutes for RMV to try and take us to a map number 3, but 7 frags down, and with this level of control and just the damage output of Xron, I just don't know if this is possible. 1,600 damage with the rail, hitting 51%. And again, considering you're playing against a slash, one of the smallest hitboxes in the game, that is pretty damn good.
It certainly is. It's like I mentioned before, on Ruins it's a little bit more of a difficult task to try and trap your opponent, especially with the Visor versus Slash matchup, but on Blood Covenant it's a little bit easier with the verticality. So you can see already he's able to pinpoint his mark. He's had to hit some damn good rockets and some damn good rails, and it's definitely worked out for him in the long run. We've still got 3 minutes and 10 left remaining, still trailing by 7 frags. So this is the point of no returning. This is where RMV is going to have to hit almost everything. The high risk, high reward plays and just overextend to a certain degree. And look at this, Xron knows that, and he's just going to stand his ground and just keep raining rockets down and just collecting these answers.
Oh no, that one was a layup, and the rocket damage just not enough, but so close. RMV hanging by a thread, and again the line of sight for Xron, just knowing his angles, picking RMV apart with this rail. Absolutely brutal plays from Xron here.
Since I'm heavy machine gun,
he's going to finish this game with 2,000 rail damage.
That is crazy.
1,800 already. That's absurd against a slash, especially on Blood Covenant. That's just wow.
And we've still got a couple minutes left of playing. Just add it to the tally. You're right. 1,937 damage. One more rail, which he's definitely going to get at some stage in the next 2 minutes. Is definitely something which a lot of people are going to be talking about here. Now it's just becoming back-to-back frags here for Xron. As RMV pretty much out the realms of possibility to come back in this matchup. We could keep the score respectable, but he knows that his time in the Quake World Championships is over. In all fairness, RMV is still an incredible player, very young, looking forward to see what he'll do in the future. But it's a shame that this best of 3 did not go his way.
Totally agree. I mean, this is just the beginning, and that's how you have to view it. Again, it's not easy to qualify and get to the show, so hats off for doing so. But then you run into an ex-Quake Pro League player such as Xron, tons of experience in Quake. This is not an easy matchup. And so, you know, big shouts to RMV, shouts to Xron for proceeding in through the lower bracket. He's got a long road ahead of him. But RMV, we're going to bid him adieu, unfortunately. Now he can enjoy the rest of the tournament. But just a clinic put on by Xron, and it wasn't necessarily the most insane control or any of that. I mean, all of that came from all of the damage that he was able to put out with the railgun. When you're hitting 1 or 2 rails, even on a slash that's stacked, you immediately open up the entire map for yourself. As a squishy, you just can't do much. And RMV trying up close and personal, 2 HP left for Xron. Literally throwing everything he can at Xron. Xron still just, he survives, Lethal.
I'm not going to lie to you though, mate. Literally, a lot of these lower seas, they've got some incredible incredible like combat skills alone. It's just crazy how good they're tracking in that aim score. I've been very impressed, like with Xron, RMV himself. We've seen Sirius. Sirius has just been on another planet in terms of like what he can bring to the table with the weaponry he uses. It's just absolutely unbelievable. And
what?
The top dogs have to be careful. As one left on 33 HP, but it doesn't matter. The damage has been done. It's going to be a 2-0 victory for Xron, 18-2, and sadly for RMV, that is going to be the road over in the elimination bracket, and Xron will continue forward.
Yeah, shouts to Xron for proceeding through the lower bracket. Condolences to RMV, but again, congrats for making it to Bucharest. Not a small feat at all, but that will be his time for this tournament. We will bid him farewell, and he can enjoy the rest of the games. But shouts to Xron. We're going to be seeing more of him. A fantastic showing on map 1 and 2 to take it 2-0. Lethal. There's no fluff here. We got to go. We're going to go to break. We got more lower bracket action. We got more bodies to stack in the graveyard. So stay tuned. We'll take a quick break and be right back.